They were gutsy in the first half, Ben, but probably told a bit in the second.
Yeah, first half was really good. Thought we set the game up the way that we wanted to set the game up. The first 20 minutes of the game was physical, strong. We went about our business really well, but even in the back end of the first half, I thought we were a bit scrappy at times, and we had a few errors that we shouldn't have had, probably forcing the ball. And then that just comes back to bite you in the back end of the game.
Is that something, like it's 2 games against New Zealand where you probably, I don't know, it was different today to the first game, but as far as taking chances and not being scrappy and whatnot, like is that probably the next step for this team, do you think, in these big games?
Yeah, I thought the first game we didn't have that problem. I thought it was more around this game. Like we absorbed a lot of pressure on our try line for a period of time, and then we bounced off the try line, thought we had good energy, and then we had an error on the back of an offload. And I just thought that moment there was a real indication that maybe our thought patterns weren't in the right place at the right time. And then we had to defend again, and it was pretty much like that throughout the second half as well. Like too many errors at the wrong time. Momentum went against us. Discipline was an issue at times as well. And then you just put pressure on yourself. We talked at halftime about putting pressure on the opposition, but you either put pressure on the opposition or you put pressure on yourself, and we put it on ourselves today.
I don't think it decided the match, but just before half-time, would have made it a double-digit lead. What did you make of that call for the no try for Dean Mariner?
I'll probably leave that one up to you guys to decide on. I think that you guys probably have an opinion of it yourself, and at the end of the day, when decisions are made on tries, it's the officials' jobs to make those decisions, and that's up to you guys to report on from there.
Can I ask, over the past month, what have you learnt the most? What's the number one thing you reckon you've learned? Because there's been 3 pretty different games, right? The tight one there, then the very interesting game in Brisbane, and then today. What have you learned about this team?
We've learnt that when we start well, we put ourselves in the game, and when we start physically, I think Test match footy, that's what it's about. It's about being physical at the start of the game to set the game up, and I thought we did that not so well in the first test, really well in the second, and really well today, and we put ourselves in a position to be in the game at half time. But we probably felt the same thing in the Tongan match as well. Like after half time, we took a little bit of time to get going, and I thought that today, like we missed the try just before half time. We had one just after half time as well, and I thought that we probably just lacked a little bit of get up and go after that to show the resilience to get back in the game and put ourselves back down on their try line. I think we only ended up down on their try line 2 or 3 times in the second half, and when you're defending your own try line for 10 or 12 sets, it just ends up being too much pressure and fatigue gets the better of you.
I know you've just finished a game, but do you almost have one eye in excitement looking ahead to what is coming up next year? Like, you look at this squad now, you add Stephen Crichton back in, Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow, possibly Tino Fa'asuamaleaui. Are you excited about just how far this team can go and the journey they're on currently?
Yeah, we've been excited the whole time, and like we've made no secret of the fact that we've been working towards getting to the World Cup to put our best foot forward. I thought that this tournament was putting our best foot forward. I thought that the improvement that we showed in comparison to where we were when we were in the Pacific Champs in the first year I coached, and then also when we went to England last year, I thought we'd taken major steps forward. But like the reality is, like 6 points in a Test match is a huge amount to I suppose build into. And then to allow 30 points to be scored in the second half, like you're just not going to compete in Test matches if you're allowing 30 points to be scored in a half of a game. So, we need to be more resilient. We need to tackle better. And we need to be able to stop the offload. Like the offload today, I thought Joey Taps and Fish and Ice today were just phenomenal for them in terms of keeping the ball alive. Keanu Keeney at the back doing the same thing. And when the opposition can offload like that, pretty much at will, you just put too much pressure on your own team and your own movements, and you end up having to make too many tackles, and you just make it too hard for yourself.
Ben, on that note, look, and as Marty pointed out, when you took over, it was always about building towards 26. Are you ahead of? Are you where you expected you to be? Are you behind where you thought you'd be at this point, looking to next year?
I don't really know at the moment. I'll need to go back and look at this match, and then we go through a fairly strenuous review process of each tournament. We've done that the last 2 years. We'll do that again this year to try and put ourselves in a position so that we can be better come next year. Thought we made some good steps in some important areas. Thought our mental resolve was really good in the first game and the second game. Thought today it could have been a little bit better. And, in big matches, it's not just about the footy, it's also about the mental game and making sure that you're mentally in the moment, in the right moments in the match. And, I just thought that when we had those few things go against us, we probably weren't in the now or in the present. And that's something that we can definitely learn from for next year.
I think this is tournament's giving everyone a bit of a taste for the World Cup, and obviously you guys are on the rise. New Zealand, though, are going to be hard to beat, aren't they? They've shown what they've shown in this tournament.
Yeah, they're going to be very hard to beat. They're obviously one of the two leading nations in the world at the moment. Obviously, Australia played the Test matches against England, and then New Zealand today. And New Zealand's just built through this tournament brilliantly. The first week they're a bit like us, a little bit clunky, but then the last 2 weeks they've just been physical. They've been powerful through the middle. They've been super hard to contain. So, they're going to be a real challenge to deal with in the World Cup.
And obviously the Kangaroos have been playing England. Will you like another crack at England, given the tournament last year?
We'd like another crack at everyone. That's what the World Cup's about. You get to challenge yourself against the best. At the moment, we're a little bit away from being the best, but we want to put our best foot forward against the best teams in the world. And I think that when we put our best team on the paddock and we have everyone available at the right time, I think that we're going to be able to go out there and challenge some of those teams to put real pressure on them and what they're made of.
The Blue Army, they really turned up today. There's crowds of Samoan supporters. How are the boys doing now?
The crowd was phenomenal. Like when we came in on the bus, we actually got stopped in traffic because the parade was coming in, and it was just like a flood of blue jerseys and blue and red flags crossing the road. Like we've never seen anything like it. But the support that we've had from the community, the Samoan community in Australia, Western Sydney this week, Brisbane, New Zealand, but also throughout the world, and the parades that we've had for our team to support our team, it doesn't go unnoticed. The boys see it. We had a massive fan day on Tuesday. We had another one up in Brisbane. Like we've got a lot of support, and we've got a lot of people that we're playing for. And we just hope that when we turn up again next year, we can do a better job on the field for them.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate all the support. Just thanks for the support throughout the tournament. Obviously international rugby league's really important for us, and to have you guys on the same page with us, we appreciate it a lot. Thank you very much.